Welcome back, everybody, on this lovely Monday. Good to see you all ready for another crazy week in the market. Good to see you, Michael, Lawrence, Phil, everybody. So, again, a couple of good little pops again. It's funny that a lot of these, there's actually a lot of stocks this morning that are moving. Actually, very unusual amount of stocks up over 100% too. We're going to check them out. But let's talk about what happened over the weekend. Obviously, the war is still going on. I did do a video on Friday about talking about war stocks with Iran and Israel, and there's been a couple of stocks obviously really benefiting from it. Some are, some aren't. I'm not really seeing that much. I've been a big fan of this stock Nook. It hasn't really popped that much. I did buy it, and it's all about that Iron Dome. This is the company that actually makes it, but we'll keep a close eye on it. There are other stocks that are moving too that are making big comebacks regarding it. So the market really is not getting affected too much. I know they got the G7 that's going on this today and tomorrow. So that looks like it's pretty good. Let's see what happens with all these presidents, what they talk about regarding about the tariffs, everything else. But the war, I think, is going to be a big factor of it. But we're getting a lot of good pops. I did a couple of good videos on Palantir, did a couple of on United Healthcare, and obviously the war stocks. So those are doing pretty well. We're also getting a nice little jolt on IBIT. So crypto is obviously coming back a little bit. We're going to touch upon that. But let's talk about what happened last week before we move forward, and then we'll go through the watch list. So there were a couple of good stocks I liked on Friday. A lot of you that we hear did pretty well on them. We had one stock, the RBNE. That stock, obviously, big run up, good pop up. That stock ran from $10 to $20. And you could see how you got to be really careful with these 2-day big runners. They were good on Friday, but it doesn't mean the trend is your friend. You see how it trended down, and it's down right now big. But anyway, it was pretty good on Friday. That one did pretty well. USEG, another nice little short, had a nice little move, came back down. That one did pretty well. Hush, HUSA. That one also nice little push, nice little cheap little stock, and now it's obviously down. So once again, all of them did pretty well. The week was obviously the best, though, for the midweek. Oracle has just been on a tear. What a great run up after that earnings announcements on Oracle. That one did fabulous. OKLO, all those, they're very tricky, but all these nuclear stocks, OKLO, SMR, they're gapped up. They're doing pretty well. They're holding pretty strong. I like that. And that's something we learn a lot when we teach you in class. But nuclear stocks are still on the big watch list. ARAI, spelled the wrong. ARAI. That one was also a very good stock over the week. This one right here, you can see it ran from 6 to 15. That one did pretty well. NDKLTO. That one also was a nice runner of the week. You can see that stock. Big pop there early this morning, went 50 cents all the way up to about $4. So, but this Monday is really strange. A lot of stocks in the big watch list, and not only a lot. I mean, these things are up huge. So we got we got the big movers. Tesla came in a big comeback. A couple of days ago, kind of got a good bounce on that one. Obviously, trading the ETFs like TSLL. We also had the NVIDIA. I did a video on that. I'm telling you, stock's got a major resistance levels at 145, but Palantir just broke all-time highs. The ETF is PLTU. That one did really well also. Archer got a little ugly, kind of did this secondary offering, but did come back up a little bit. And that one's bouncing a little bit. Obviously, the drone stocks obviously doing pretty well. And obviously, you can see IBIT and the quantum stocks also are moving pretty well, too. Have taken a big hit. But as brand name stocks, let's keep an eye on some of these things right here. DWSN, big push. Stocks up about 6. I don't know if this is right, but it's up about 600%. No, actually, that's wrong. No, it's not up that much. Started on $1.30. Yeah, it's about 300-400%. Here we go. That one's moving pretty well. SMR, this one too, up 170%. SRM. Did I have level 4 listed on that one? Hold on. I think I have it over here somewhere. Yeah, here it goes. So big spike over here. You can see how the stock moved. And now, it's a little bit of a buyer right here, holding up pretty strong. So that one's not bad. We'll keep an eye on that one. Another stock up 140%. Another one up 120%. I like this one a little bit better. SONM, a little bit more trendable, tradable, better iceberg orders on each levels. You could see it right here. $2, $2.60, $3. There was a big one right here that showed up when he canceled. But anyway, nice little trend, very inexpensive, 128%. My God, I mean, rarely ever see this. STAK, another nice little move, but gapped up pretty high a lot. It's probably going to be more of a category 4, category 5. We'll see how she turns out. This one obviously gapped up pretty big. I don't know what the story with this one is. I'm going to scratch that out. This one a little bit better. OP, big trend. This was another nice mover on Friday at 2:30. The stock was at $1. Went all the way up, even up into the after hours. Ran to about 2:30. She's gapped up again. She's probably going to be pretty volatile. Be scared, but be careful. But she's up 77% right now. Another stock. Here's another one. It's moving right now. SVRE. Wow, this one. See that? This is why we like to do our 9 o'clock trading. Let's go see what's going on with this one here. I got to get some orders out here. Hold on. SVRE. Let's see where the iceberg orders are on this one. This one's just taking off. Here we go. Just loading up the data. Yeah, it looks like big buyers out here. No real sellers. Look at that. Boom. Look at that. Big run up. Must be some news. Rich, find out the news on this stock. It's obviously something which came out of nowhere. Right out of left field. This one up 62%. Don't really like the spread. A little bit more trendable, up 43%. There's a lot of stocks here on a Monday. This is like crazy. Never seen so many stocks. I mean, usually we're done within the first 5. I mean, everything's up 10%, 20%, 15%. I mean, granted, some of these stocks are really not that tradable with the spread and all, but we'll probably have to wait. I don't want to put them on the list. We'll probably have to wait until the market opens up and see how they work out. This one, we didn't even know why it's on the big losers list. These are all the stocks that got beat up. Bat L, another one that was gapped up on Friday. She's starting to trend down. Yeah, these are all not really up our sleeve. Tops, that was a fun stock, huh? That was a really fun stock. What was that, 2 weeks ago? Ran from 5 to 11. That was awesome. Obviously, whatever makes the winners and shows up ends up being in the losers. So that's why we always have 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out the door. All right, that pretty much does it. I mean, listen, TSLL is back at its highs. So be careful around the 1348. Let's see if it breaks that. Let's see what's going on here on order-wise on Tesla. You can see it right here, 335, 350. Okay, right now. And that's only pre-market. And that pretty much does it. All right. SVRV just had a reverse split. Is that what that is? Well, it's gapped a pretty move. All right. Agreed. Well, no, there's the news. It's a primary agreement with European ADAS technology provider. Okay. That's the news right there. We got to post it up there. All right. So anyway, it's Monday, summertime. Mondays, you know how we trade it. Remember, when we teach you at Cyber Trade University, make sure you do your journals, because when you start graphing yourself, you start seeing how you do on a Monday and Friday, things start changing. But, just like last Monday, though, we had to wait in like about 15 minutes before things start picking up. So we'll see how things work out. But, I'm not super excited. I don't like stocks up really, really big on a Monday, because you know what? Usually people like to take profits. So let's see how they work out and see how they open up. But let's not get too cocky with any of these stocks. And as the brand name stocks, like the same thing. Some of us are like, is it too late to jump in? Is it too late to jump in? We'll see. It might be, but let's see how the market opens up. And if they hold here strong, like we always taught you to, and if they're holding flat, then we'll consider jumping in. All right. It's never too late to buy a stock. Remember, I always tell you, the stock market's not going out of business. All right, traders, if you're watching on social media, you can take your phone, scan the QR code. You can kind of join us. We're here all day long in our trading floor. So if you want to join our trading floor, we'll be here, and we'll be commentating all day. For everyone else, you know what to do, cyber traders. And if you're new here to cyber trading and you are one of the new members in the room, I know you came here on Thursday, maybe starting on today's your first day. Make sure you watch those videos we told you over the weekend. Make sure you get the the NASDAQ book viewer that we told you where to get. And also make sure you talk to your education advisor. but don't buy anything. You're only here to watch, okay? Just see how the other traders think for themselves, because that's what it's all about. You have to hit the button at the end of the day, not us. Good luck, everybody. We'll be back about 15 minutes till the market opens up. Me, Rich, and Josh will be trading with you going into the open. All right, guys? Good luck, everybody. Trade safe, and let's have a good week.